I'm Dominick Thompson. Most people know me as Domz Thomson. I am an animal rights activist, a social entrepreneur. I have one of the largest vegan clothing companies, Crazies and Weirdos. Crazies and Weirdos. You can zoom in on that right there. We're based out of New York. Our clothes are 100%.
This is one of yours as well?
Yes, this is made from recycled plastic bottles and organic cotton.
Clark Kent was vegan?
Yes, Clark Kent is vegan. And you can feel it. Feel how soft it is.
I'm just feeling your muscles. No, it feels really nice, yeah.
So our clothes are 100% sweatshop free. We can proudly say that. They're handmade in New York as well. Again, from recycled plastic bottles, other recycled materials, organic cotton sourced from North Carolina.
It's a beautiful cut too.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, a lot of t-shirts don't really sit well
we really pride ourselves on that. We really do. We really pride ourselves on that. So yeah. And I'm also a multi-sport athlete, which can be translated as a triathlete. I do powerlifting. I do a little bit of boxing. You know, do all of that type of stuff. So yeah.
Awesome. So were you one of those people? You know, when people say you can't be a jack of all trades and be a master, you have to be a master of
one.
Yeah, can't be a jack of all trades.
No,
so you're just like destroying that myth.
No, yeah, and not just me, a lot of people that do triathlons. And I think that's because once you do master it, a lot of this stuff comes natural to me. I've always been like a natural athlete, but you can never go say, let's go play triathlon. Yeah. I could go in the gym and outlift most guys and stuff. I'm naturally that strong. And you add the fact that my plant-based diet makes me even stronger, but I can't master triathlon, so I'm constantly chasing my own personal goals and my own personal PRs, and it's just so rewarding physically to really put your body through anywhere between Olympic 25-miler style type of triathlon to a 140-mile type of Ironman.
That's crazy. Yeah. I know for myself, when I first went vegan, I was lifting heavier, my recovery time was a lot faster, and I was just surprising myself. I never loved running, and all of a sudden I was doing half marathons, and
running is addictive, right? It's so addictive. I encourage everyone to run. Look, anyone, like I said, I'm not a gym rat. That's a whole different type of athlete. I really encourage people to get out of that gym. And that also brings me to, that's a good segue to, I want you all to realize too, just because someone is aesthetic looking doesn't mean that they're really healthy. Or functional. So just think about that. Most of the people, men and women, that look aesthetic, they might be full of peds and steroids and other drugs and supplements, but they couldn't go out here to run a mile. They might collapse. And that's not to shame them, but I'm just saying, just really be careful what you buy into and what you believe into. And saying all that to say is the plant-based way of living is the best way with respect to your body. And also get out there and run too. Leave that gym. Gym is great, but get out there and do some running, for sure.
Absolutely. What was the biggest difference for you after going vegan? What was the biggest difference that you felt in your body?
Yeah, my body transformed. So I went plant-based 16 years ago when I was incarcerated in prison.
Okay.
Yeah, and so in there, I was about 260 pounds, and I dropped all the way down to about 187 solid muscle. And I couldn't, because I went vegan for the animals to reset and just distance myself as far as away from any harm. So I went plant-based specifically, not vegan, but plant-based. The reason I say plant-based because in prison I had like a 75% vegan diet and 25% octo, which vegetarian, dairy and eggs or whatever they served in the system. I would eat that, but I didn't know what I knew about the dairy industry now. I thought I was
doing it for health.
No, I was doing it for animals, but vegetarian. But I was ignorant to know not what was happening there. We didn't have the Domz of the world. We didn't have the what the health of the world. We didn't have none of that information. 16 years. We didn't have social media 16 years ago. So the dairy industry, I didn't think was a bad thing. I just thought the animals, like everybody else, I was being ignorant. I was living on the green land as far as dairy, and that's okay. And then when I got out the system and was able to educate myself, that's when I flipped that switch and said, yeah, no, I gotta go vegan. Like, what the fuck? Here I am being vegetarian, think I'm doing good. but they're raping the cows, taking the calves away, the male calves away from the building industry. It's horrible what they're doing with respect to that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How long were you in prison for?
Close to 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years.
So you went vegan when you were in prison?
Plant-based. So I wasn't complete vegan. I was vegetarian in there. Yeah. But I eliminated meat directly. Yeah, I eliminated meat in prison.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, it's on one of my recent interviews. If you guys want to check out the full story, check out richroll.com. My podcast is up on his. It's one of the top download the podcast. And if you guys really want to take the time for 2 hours just to listen to it, my entire story is on there. What do you want, dude? No, I'm kidding. What's up? What up?
He's just chatting to Tori at the moment. We just wait 1 second. What's your advice for people to get out of the matrix?
To get out of the matrix?
Yeah.
I mean, I think in general it's probably hard to even get them to even think about that question if you think about it. I think the real question is, what's the best way for us that's out of the matrix or out of that community to get other people out of that community? Because those people, if you think about it, they are really tuned into that type of lifestyle. And I think we have to continue to be walking billboards, be assertive, and have some empathy, because we all been there. Most of us that are plant-based and vegan now, we used to eat meat, so we shouldn't be shaming per se, but just educating assertively these people, for sure.
Absolutely. Because it's one thing to be a vegan, it's another thing to be a vegan activist.
Absolutely.
Which is a whole nother level.
Correct.
Which I personally feel, having gone through the process myself, it's an obligation as a vegan to do that, to share the message and to help others too.
And I feel the same way too, because if you think about the history of veganism, historically it's based off the main principles. It's really about compassion, animals, animal rights, and just a peaceful lifestyle specifically. Everything else, as far as the ridiculous amount of feelings you feel with respect to your health improving and the good things you're doing for the environment is all bonus, for sure.
Okay.
What made you become an activist as opposed to being a vegan? It's a bit of a step up just from being a vegan to actually.
Sounds like you're an activist first.
I was.
You're an activist
with respect
first.
to that's what I was known for. That's what happened. People, so 6-7 years ago when social media first came out with respect to Instagram, a buddy of mine was like, yo man, you should get on Instagram and start posting your workouts and do all of this. And I was ignorant about Instagram. I didn't know. I was like one of the first people to go on there, and I seen, like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I used it right then and there, not only to post my workouts, but also to talk about animal rights since day one. And that's how my account grew organically. Here I was, this man of color, African American, vegan. I wasn't thin. I wasn't the stereotype of what you think a vegan male is, a pale, middle-aged white guy. And here I am, like I said, man of color, talking about animal rights. And I'm pretty thick, I'm not a small guy. And here I am doing endurance races and lifting heavy, heavy as fuck. If you guys follow me, you see how heavy I can lift.
You benching and stuff.
Benching, squatting, and all that.
Heaviest bench.
I never recorded it. I never recorded it. But I done got up to, I done did over 400 before.
Ripping out 225 like it's nothing.
Oh yeah, I did a 225 for I did count that one time, NFL Combine style. I did over 40 reps. Yeah. And it was, I could have kept going, but I was like, fuck, I'm doing this for. I was like, let me stop this. So but for sure. Because even as a kid, when I was 8 years old, I used to push back to my mom. She would serve me chicken wings, and I felt like there was little bitty arms. And I was like, I don't want this shit. And me and her used to fight. We used to fight, and that's hard to tell a single mother. I grew up without a father, a single mother that worked 3 jobs as a nurse. You don't want her food, and we was already poor as it was. But she got smart. She introduced me to fish. I had fish sticks all the time and chicken breasts. So as long as it was hitting the cartilage and the bones, I was okay. And then that's when I made that reconnection in prison. I had that flashback, like trying to figure out why the universe has me here. And that's when in prison I said I got to distance myself specifically from all evil, from what I used to do, which was drug dealing, to consuming poison and stuff like that. So but just to go back to your question, so that's how my account grew organically. because I was just totally opposite of what you see a vegan male was.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say I'm one of the original trailblazers that started that movement. So now you have a lot of men and women both talking about activism. Yeah.
Thank you for everything that you've done.
Thank you so much.
For me, I don't see you as just a vegan or an athlete. I was, as you were talking, you're like this trailblazer, but more of an angel in this human form. You know.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're just a transformative being.
Oh, thank you so much. We all are.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to encourage everyone out there. You know, I can't do it alone. You guys can't do it alone. You know, take your accounts off of private, go public, use those hashtags, because you never know, that piece of meal, whether you're cooking tacos or lasagna, it might look a lot better than me and your taco and lasagna presentation, and it might be a friend in your community or someone that's following you. Check out that hashtag, like, wow, I could give this a go. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So just think about that. You know, photos are very powerful.
Yeah. One meal can make a difference. One photo can make a difference.
If we could get one person to go vegan because of your account or my account, we're doing our job.
Yeah.
So
great.
Yeah.
And always push your body. Your body is just.
Yes, push it to the limit.
Push it.
That's what I said.
There are no limits.
There are no limits. There are certain limits, but yes, she's right. Push it, push it, push it, push it. That's why I tell you guys, get out the gym. Everyone, it's millions and millions of people in the gym. Not everyone's out on that road running or biking or swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. You're amazing.
No, you are too. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.